Gotta brush my teeth or something? What the F going on? Bro, you trying to let something look weird? I'm about to
Please get that to a dermatologist ASAP. Please, okay? Get that to a dermatologist, all right?
Dang, bro, it's wet right here, bro. It's not even
Someone
joking
said
around.
that
It's like
traffic ain't gonna help that.
Mess up the chill feeling.
Not gonna
Wet.
You gotta scrub his lips with acid, dog. Fact. You said watch the Hacker News Clip. Someone said that this is new.
It's bad.
Hey man, W's in the chat. Make sure you guys follow up, man. Follow, stream, click that follow button on Twitch while you're here, man. This is every day. We are not missing no days, chat. All right, hit that follow button. All right, quality.
Man, we pop out with a random.
Shut up, damn.
No, DDG is popping
We
it.
smoked more than we smoked last time. Oh my god. Oh. I said I keep it cute since we on a live, you know. This is where you gonna all wanna watch, you know, so what we're gonna do is since I watched a little bit of the beginning, I'm gonna just start it and be smart like that. And then I'm gonna roll up and smoke wise more. I think that's a good idea. I thought about skipping ahead to like towards the end, but I ain't really watching it like that.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Dope as Usual Podcast. My name is Thomas, Dope as Usual, whatever you want to call me. This is my co-host, Mario.
What's up, guys?
Guys, you've been asking for this since before we started the podcast, damn near. We're smoking already because you already know what it is. You see the title. Please welcome Wiz Khalifa.
What's up?
What's up? Thanks for being here, man.
What's happening? Thank you guys for having me.
I'm excited. We got a lot of shit to smoke today.
Hey, I'm ready to smoke up. I brought like 3 pre-rolls, but I feel like y'all got me covered too.
Oh, yeah, we got you. You know what? Here.
Well, they weren't pre-rolled.
You just rolled them. Yeah, this is yours.
Oh, sweet.
So me and my homie we have this company, but this is the guy that paints old schools out here.
Uh-huh.
Right? So they made this, and then
This is nice.
there's a bunch of hash rolls in there, so feel free.
Oh.
Feel free to go for it.
Hell yeah.
There are ice hash rosin inside too. I mean, not ice hash rosin, ice hash.
Damn, that's not any hash. Let me see what this is hitting for. All right. Looks like something I can smoke.
Yep.
Thank you. I know it's gas too.
Oh, for sure. Ice hash in this shit's fire too.
Fire.
All right, cool. So now that we're gonna smoke it up and get started,
Yeah.
let's get right into it. I got a bunch of things I want to ask, but first I want to get into the things that you're doing right now. And it dropped a little more than 2 months ago, Cushion Orange 2.
Uh-huh.
And you're on tour. You're on 2 different tours right now.
Yeah, I just finished the first leg of, the first tour is called the Taylor Gang World Tour. And yes, you're right. I did drop the Cushion Orange Juice too. I'm super happy about that. Super proud.
It's been a long wait.
I know, man. It has been a long wait. And it was something that I said I wasn't going to do. But my fans, the Taylor Gang, and just people who love me in general, they pushed me over the edge. So I had to go ahead and do it, man. I had to do what I had to do. And it came together really nice. I worked with all the producers that I wanted to. I was able to curate a sound that I was really proud of and that I did before, but people didn't know that you could come back and do it again. And then now with the tours, I just want to be able to get out there on the road and reach people the same way that I did before. And a lot of people think that when you get to this point in your career that you are too big to go and do that. But for me, it's all about the connection and it's all about the experience. So being able to get out there, perform these records and do some of the classics and perform for people who've been to my shows for 15 years and people who haven't been to one show at all, it's a really crazy experience.
Because you're gaining new fans every day, no matter what, even though how we kind of did some research on this, but it's kind of funny, man. Like on the top 20 biggest songs of all time on Spotify, you're like 3 of them in there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, there's like almost 6 billion streams on that shit.
Yeah.
It's kind of a trippy thing. Like
YouTube too.
Oh, YouTube also. Yeah, YouTube.
That's
the biggest one, I think, right?
Yes. I pulled this quote from you earlier that goes with what I was saying. That like really reminded me of Thomas also. The only thing that compares to having a diehard fan base is getting the opportunity to make new ones every day. I appreciate you, and I don't take it lightly.
Yeah.
That's why you've been around for so long, I feel like, because you're so dialed in with your fans. And like, when it comes through.
Yeah, definitely. I love my fans, and I really experienced this along with them. We're growing together. We're understanding things together. The people who were there with me early in my career, they choose to be here. So I really appreciate it. And it's something that, you know, if I put myself in their place and I want to see me win, I'm going to keep doing the things that I'm going to do to make them proud to be fans of mine.
I went back to the top of your YouTube this morning researching the episode. That shit made me like sentimental. Those old, there's so many vlogs from. What I noticed was like, damn, he was doing this for years before Black and Yellow. He was coming out that way.
The first YouTube rapper.
Yeah.
YouTuber, you're a vlogger.
Yeah.
Think about it.
For sure. Me and Soulja Boy.
Yeah, I know the first one. That's funny you were gonna say that, but like,
that's true. Soulja Boy really was. I was watching Soulja Boy before I was on. I used to watch Soulja Boy. I used to watch Bow Wow, and I watched Jermaine Dupri. Those were my influences on my social media game. But it was when YouTube first started, Twitter, and we would use AOL Instant Messenger as well. We would just give fans our email and just, you know, hit them
like that.
Yeah, hit them up on the sidekick, like, yeah, just talking to our fans.
How many fans got that shit screenshotted and printed out in their room still?
You, bro.
For sure.
You had the Taylor Gang shit cracking way back then, right? Like,
Yeah. It's a lifestyle. It's more about just, you know, freeing your mind, kicking it with the homies, having a good time. And this was at a time when music was a little bit different, and it was more mainstream, but we brought it back to the grassroots of people like doing it themselves, and definitely the internet played a huge role in that, and just allowing us to have a platform to do that on. You know, that's why MySpace, YouTube, Twitter was so big for me, you know, being able to create that fan base.
Yeah, the content creation, it just gives you how many times you do it. You know, unless they ask you certain questions, your fans aren't gonna know certain shit unless you do some raw shit, which is a vlog. Like, what's up? This is what we're doing. It's our actual day.
Yeah, it allowed me to be able to like paint the narrative for real instead of somebody else telling my story.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like what social media is today. Everybody's seeing what every rapper every day with their stories. They know what they do. They know where they eat. That's different.
Right.
Back then, there was nothing.
Yeah,
it was an interview.
It was just interviews. That was it. There was nothing, and people wanted to be mysterious. So when we first started doing it, a lot of rappers were like, I don't want people all in my business. I don't want y'all knowing what I'm doing 24/7.
Yeah.
It's that and the other thing.
Like Cribs broke that wall. Like,
that's true. That's super
A lot of rappers, they really didn't like that back in the day. Like,
really?
Yeah, and this was when I was younger. This is when I was a YN, so. And I'm older now, and I see how the game has changed with, it's more like streaming and IRL stuff, like in real life things. And that's cool too. I love that side of it because I feel like it's just evolved into, you know, more into the hands of the consumer. Because for me and my generation, you have to make the music as well as be a consumer. I'm somebody who's enjoying the music, but I'm going to the studio every day. I'm, you know, buying the camera and figuring it out. I'm going on stage and things like that. These kids, they don't even have to get on stage to become who they are. They just need to get the camera and they need to get the content. You don't have to become, you know, the things that you see or that you idolize.
It's the scariest part too.
I started with an iPhone and a girl like.
Yeah, it's the consumers are becoming the, you know, the tastemakers, which is cool because that's what it is.
Yeah, it dictates what people wanted anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the ones who work the hardest, those are the ones who stand out and last the longest. So it's the same thing in music. You know, you can be very talented, but if you don't work hard, you don't outwork your competition, then you're not going to be competition at all.
Yeah, you can be dope as hell, but put out an album every 2 years, like, well, I kind of forgot about you.
Yeah, no.
Or every 8 years. You know what I mean? Some people take hiatuses instead of breaks.
It's the people who flood, who, you know, make the most noise out there.
Especially you're the first person to blow up out of Pittsburgh. I mean, like, you had to do that extra.
Yeah, I worked the extra hard. Being from Pittsburgh and in Pittsburgh, because it's not like I was from Pittsburgh, but I was in New York or I was in I was just in Pittsburgh, so there was no real way to get known anywhere else or even have people understand what that looks like. But it was something that I was able to, get over, especially through the internet and traveling and meeting different people and just being able to adapt and adjust and bring different, aspects of the game back home and not really just be stuck in a Pittsburgh mind state, but take what I know and elevate that as well.
Yeah, it's like what we call the small town mindset. Like, well, it's just this. I can't do nothing. We gotta take it the world. Take the world over and stay back home.
Yeah, a lot of people get caught up on just entertaining the people that they
are in reach
of. Yeah, they really don't have a gauge on what other people expect, and those other people's opinions can be really valid opinions, and they can help you out as well. But some people feel such a loyalty to where they're at or who they're around, they don't really expand and they don't really even get to see what that's like.
It's eye-opening once you leave, man. First came to LA or big city, like,
it's just got a vibe with people other than your immediate circle.
Exactly.
I think that's healthy. It's not even a part of like being like somebody else, but it's just finding like-minded people. You could be in Toronto and find some people who are just like you. Or like you said, you were in the UK, or I seen you guys were in Paris. There's people like us everywhere who aren't the immediate, crowd that we grew up with.
100%. Yeah, like you say, I always call it garage talk. Like, yes, you can have garage talk with like 4 dudes at the airport you never met. Like, hey, these motherfuckers are tight. Where you from?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's different. Like, I don't know. But back to what I was thinking. The first time I ever really started hearing your name, I remember it was the same. Like summer, I started getting packs instead of like QPs. And all someone's finding me a QPs. So I just remember that time of like, montage music from Blow. Like they started getting hella money and shit. Like that's a lot. I mean, it wasn't a lot of money, but so that's the era of that. And then the High Eyes, the High Eyes with the Mac Miller. So then I realized like, oh, you've been doing this before. I didn't realize that, because I came into the Mac Miller circle later on. So to see what you were doing is on such a different scale. You're on the radio. I just remember like on the radio, the weed guy. That's what I remember. Like I was just getting into packs, like just going up and down the state. I just remember that whenever I hear those first couple mainstream huge hits, I go, fuck, so you hear a song like that reminds me of so and so's garage hanging up. So that every time I hear those reminds me of the first packs I put in my trunk. Like,
hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah. I'd be happy to have those moments with people. I think that's the beautiful thing about my music. On top of, how much work that I put into it personally, people get to enjoy it for the best times of their lives. Like you said, you just remember awesome things when it comes to my music. I think that's a cool ass legacy to have and still build on. That's what I'm all about now. That's why I did Cushion Orange Juice too, to keep that that feeling going and give other people the opportunity to have those experiences as well, and still build on top of that.
For 20 years, you're like one of the only huge rappers putting out a positive message too. That's the thing. Do you have the nicest? Would you say you have the nicest fan base in hip hop? Because I know how cool our fans are, and it's like the same people.
I think it's the same people. Yeah. I think we do have the nicest fans. They're super respectful. It's all love. They're really thoughtful. You can talk to them like regular people. I go out and I go places. I'm driving around in my car. I'm with my son, and I don't need a bunch of security or anybody to, get me in back doors or out anywhere. Like, it's all love. And I think that comes from, the memories and the experiences that people have to the music. And they're like, I don't think anybody wants to fuck with the weed man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the weed man always, the weed man always gets love. And especially where I'm at in the game, I'm more in an OG seat than I am like anybody's competition. Like, nobody's really trying to come from my spot or anything like that. So we good.
Super chilling.
Always.
That is crazy to start liking the OG. Ah, man, I'm like the same age as you. So I started, I don't have kids, but I'm starting to see all my friends' kid, like, he's 16.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm old. So I'm starting to feel it finally, man.
Yeah, we're getting up there, dog. My son is 12. And,
damn, for real?
I got 12-year-olds.
I remember your post like, this is my son.
Yeah.
Little ass, and then when he got little glasses, I remember a little couple years later, like, wow, he's 12.
He's 12.
He's taller than I am.
I'm telling you.
Damn.
I got a daughter. She'll be 1 next month. So I got family shit. Yeah, I got family shit going on.
You sure you're not Mexican a little bit? You waited 12 years, man? You
Not
sure?
the Mexican stuff.
My little brother's 24 years younger than me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
All
and
right.
my uncle's 5 years younger than me too.
Oh, yeah, I gotta figure it out.
It's all, yeah, they're like, so you can watch them when you're 18,
Yeah.
I can go out again.
For sure.
It seems like you got like such like structure. It seems like first of all, it seems like you challenge yourself a lot and like learn new skills, and you're always getting after different shit, which leads me to believe you're very disciplined and like regimented. Would you say?
Yeah.
Did having kids like lock that in?
Yeah, it's something that you learn over time, and it's something that if you want it, that you'll really go out there and get it. And a lot of this stuff is hard to ignore. People just, it's easier to put stuff in front of it, and it's easier to, just keep enjoying and staying in your regular routine or whatever that is. But to certain people, it just clicks right in when you're supposed to be doing the right thing, and you know you're not doing the right, you know you're reaching if you're not doing the right thing. So rather than, fight with those feelings and stuff like that, you might as well just go ahead and settle into where you're going to be for the rest of your life, and let the things that you did already just, let that live and let that be what it was. You always have that there, and it's a part of your personality, but who you are is way more important than who you were. Yeah.
I like that outlook on that.
Yeah.
Because this one wakes up at 5 every day and does everything in the world.
Yeah.
3 kids, he does all this
That's
shit.
how you do it.
He's on it. I'm trying, man.
You're still young, wild, and free. With it.
You ain't got no kids yet. Kids help you grow up immediately.
My Peter Pan, dude. I'm like, do I really want to grow up though? Or
Every time I talk about having kids, you're like discouraged and shit.
If you don't, my advice is, it happens when it's supposed to. So
there you go.
You can't even plan that shit, dog.
No.
When you supposed to grow up, you gonna grow the fuck up.
It feels like it's the movie.
It's fun, dog. Bro. It's cool, man.
It sounds cool, man.
It's super cool.
It leads me to one other thing. And I heard the lyrics like, we're grown now. We spend our time wisely. You're like doing, was it hot yoga and hiking? Is that what you said, right?
Yeah.
So I feel that. Because sometimes I'll be like sitting there 3 a.m, Dad, I'm like, I should be asleep right now. Get up early. And then 3 years go by, like, I'm going to start that shit, I promise.
You still have some late nights too, because living the life that we live, you gotta be conditioned for whatever. And it just makes you flexible. So, when you have your routine, that's what you're doing. You're locked in. You dialed in. And when you're living young, wild, and free, you know what that's like too. And you have the balance of both. It's not too much of either one. But waking up early, you see the benefits from that. And then you start to do that over and over and over again, and you realize, wow, I'm gonna have to do this forever. This isn't just this week.
That sounds so sad. I used to wake up, for school and every day, like I can't wait till I graduate. I'm about to do it. And that's why I got 10 a.m. classes in college. I'm like, fuck that ain't shit. I don't know, man. My whole family does truck driving, so I'll be up at 5 in the cold, like hooking up the truck shit. Like, I hate this shit. Just because you do it so long, like, I make money now, I don't have to do that anymore.
Yeah, but you realize,
Me too.
like, actually,
But this
that's what keeps the world going around. Where would we be without the truck drivers who get up at 5 a.m.?
See, my dad, every time I feel lazy, I go, fuck, this guy's so much older than me.
We wouldn't be shit without him, dog.
People I see the hardest working people I ever met.
Yeah,
Make me feel lazy as hell.
Yeah.
So what's your routine? You're getting up, as we see you, dude. Go 5 years ago, right? On your Instagram. You're a fucking rock star.
Go back to the top of that YouTube and see how skinny you were.
No, I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about your regimen, man. You're posting like, now I can kick 7 feet in the air.
Yeah.
Like I remember when you started doing all the Muay Thai shit or all the crazy kickboxing.
Yeah.
What was the catalyst? What was the thing that made you go, oh, damn, damn, I gotta change this shit. I should get buff. Because you could have did that shit 10 years before, but you chose now to start. Like a couple years ago, like what was the thing that changed you to go? I need to stop.
I think it was just like all the shit that I didn't want to do, I just started doing. Like if I looked at buff dudes before, I was like, man, I'll never be buff. I was like, fuck it, let's get buff. And I started to actually enjoy that shit, and it became more mental than it was physical, and just having like a real live freaking goal every day in life, like that feels really good. It gave me a purpose, or it gives me a purpose. It gives me validation, all the stuff that I get from music. I'm passionate about it the same way I'm passionate about music. I learn a lot the same way I learn with music, so it gives me a lot of the same benefits that I get from the other things that I enjoy in life. So it's like, all right, cool. I'm gonna just add that to the list. Hell,
It's like I always call it like I want to get my player from my video game his stats all the way up.
get them all the way up.
Exactly.
And then it's like certain shit just looks cool as hell. So it's like,
Yeah, dude, you can be standing in the rain and shit, but if you're buff in the rain, like, damn, that fool's gonna beat everybody's ass.
I might as well spend 10 years learning that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I feel you, dude.
So you're part of the PFL now, right?
Yeah.
Can you explain what that is to people that might not know?
So the PFL is a professional fighters league. It's the direct competition to the UFC. It's where a lot of superstars can come and build their name and get money as well.
Gotcha.
You fight throughout a season with a point system, and the fighters with the most points in their division fight for the championship and a chance
I didn't
to
know
get
that.
$1 million. Yeah,
Oh shit.
yeah. So
Karate Kid adult.
yeah, there's
Straight tournament.
yeah, we do 2 a year, 2 pay-per-views a year. So there's $2 million that we give away, and the contracts are very negotiable with the fighters, so they're able to go to other leagues or other countries and
Oh, see?
and
Yeah, you don't lock people in.
yeah,
They
you're
can't
not
make
allowed
money.
to. They can't make money. It's
Did you
all about
see-
the fighters. It's all about longevity.
Did you see the UFC is getting sued now? There's a class action lawsuit from how dirty they were to the fighters that all these like old fighters are getting
Yeah.
millions cut out to
I
them.
believe it, man, because the game is really shady and it doesn't protect the fighters, and that's the most important thing is the people who entertain us.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we want them to benefit off of it, their legacy, their merch, their name, go on to do other things. Kayla Harrison, she used to fight in PFL. Now she's the women's championship in UFC. So she crossed over, but she built her name and her reputation over at PFL. So it's just going to keep, growing superstars.
They absorbed Bellator, right? So now they
Yeah.
are literally
Damn,
the
for real?
competition.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking
That's
tight.
hard.
Yeah.
I know you've been fighting training. Are you gonna actually fight somebody?
Nah, I'm not going to, man.
No.
It's not my life, man.
If 2 years later he comes in all cut up like this is my life, man.
Okay.
You never know, man. You might turn to Jean-Claude Van Damme one day.
Bro, I don't want to take food out of the people's mouths who really do this, and not saying that that's what that
I
does.
see what you're saying though.
But for me, I'm not that passionate about it, so I wouldn't want to just.
Do it
It's
to
not
do
something
it.
to toy around with.
Yeah, they're risking their
Yeah.
lives, and
So
I'm not
serious.
willing to die over that shit.
What do you like to do? Just hit the heavy bag and mitts and shit? You're smart.
Well, I just train with a lot of different people, and I train a lot of different styles. So I do boxing, jiu-jitsu, taekwondo, and Muay Thai. And
It's all scary shit.
yeah, hell yeah. Useful stuff too.
Hell yeah, all
And
real
stuff that
life
can-
shit.
And stuff that can translate into other things, because I want to do action movies and stuff like that later on.
That's why I said Jean-Claude. See, one day you're in blood.
Yeah, I would much rather do a movie of me kicking some ass than like really actually kick some ass in real life.
Yeah, of course.
But I have it if I need it.
But if you did,
Yeah.
what's your walkout song?
My walkout song would be "Shut 'Em Down" by EPMD. If you never heard it, you gotta listen to it and be like, "Yo, this is a really actually a good song."
That's the hype. That's the one that gets you hyped up.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say by Onyx. That was my shit.
Yeah, Shut Up Down by Onyx was hard, but EPMD version was like a little bit more gangster, like.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Speaking of which,
What?
If
Where
you- this
are you
is a
going with
perfect
this?
segue. If you had to put together a main card, Def Jam, Fight for New York
Yes.
Vendetta style of rappers, what is your main card.
Celebrity
top two
death
events.
match meets
You said top 2 events?
Like
Def
top
Jam.
2 fights of the main card.
Top 2 fights of the main card. I would do like 50 Cent versus Jay-Z. And yeah.
Oh, it's like someone's screwing him with a lion.
Yeah.
He says gonna come in upside down to insinuate some shit. That's
You know what I'm
his intro.
saying? I would have to throw me on that card too.
I respect that.
But who am I fighting though?
Snoop is the only logical answer. He's the
I
same,
know, but we
same
got
build
the same
almost.
attributes.
That's
though.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah, Snoop might be like the secret boss that you have to beat.
He is the boss in Def Jam.
After 50
Yeah,
Cent.
exactly. He is.
Def Jam East Coast too. We're like, yo, he's what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know who I would have to. I would have. Oh, me versus Drake. That would be hard.
You versus Drake.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That would be hard.
You're smiling hard, dude.
Because that'd be a good fight. Like
I just see the bounce.
game, on the game, like the weed head versus like fucking the king of pop,
Okay.
popular culture.
Got that for sure.
Yeah, it's like the underground versus
Oh,
the
yeah, I see
mainstream.
it. Oh,
Okay.
okay. I can see the poster in my head right
That's
now.
I'm seeing the discs.
Yeah.
The slide forward.
Because everybody on the game's gonna pick Drake like the whole time. They're just gonna beat the whole game with Drake. But like you're gonna have some secret Wiz fans.
No, you're my Dawson.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. Like, no, he's got the reach. Dude. I need that long kick.
Yeah, that'll be hard.
That'd be sick as hell.
Are you bummed out about John Jones returning?
Nah, I think it's smart.
That's why I said this time.
Yeah, I mean it's smart.
Who's gonna beat his ass?
There's nothing else that he could do. And if he wants to come back, he can come back. And he's always going to be training. It's not like he's, gonna fall off or anything like that.
See that fool's mugshot, the new one? He's always just like, he's like, yeah, I did it. I know. That's his face every time.
He's used to it by now.
The slight smiles.
The most ominous look I ever saw was a reporter was like, "Are you a good guy trying to be bad or a bad guy trying to be good?" And he just like grinned at this motherfucker. I was like, God.
Yeah, it'd be like that sometimes. He's a good dude, man. I like John.
Hell yeah, John Jones is a fucking champ, dude.
Yeah, he's a good. He's
You can't
a
fuck. That's what I'm picking.
Who, John Jones?
If I'm playing UFC, I'm picking that fool.
Oh, for sure.
Who else you gonna pick? Like in Def Jam, I picked, what was it? David Banner. You can't fuck with me with David Banner.
I pick Method Man.
Method Man's hard, but his,
Yeah.
ooh, that shit's hard. I just beat it recently again, like, the first time since I was a kid.
We need
That
that
still is
VR.
good, man.
Method Man was
In
hard.
VR,
Come on.
I'll be in shape. I'll be in that bitch all day fucking fighting.
Yeah.
Guys, how can we increase these sales? Because obviously, targeting boomers ain't doing it. Look at this graph.
Why is it in a can?
So bad guys trying to do good. You would
It's
not eat.
pretty dumb.
What about a celebrity endorsement? Look what Chap came up with.
No celebrities. We want to target more lifestyle.
Us? We can sponsor the glizzy eating contest.
Dude, that's a great idea. Shut the fuck up.
But I'm not a bad guy. So it's good guys trying to.
How about weed smokers? They do be getting thirsty. But it's just not hardcore enough.
Is hardcore enough?
I'm not a bad guy. Good guys trying to do
What is
bad.
It's like Krauss bonds. You smoke it from 3 sides at once. It gets you 3 times as thirstier. It's the most hardcore thing, boss.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, like smoke them without car. And I was thinking, like, as a fan, like, say I was just walking by and met Wiz Khalifa, or somebody was like, yo, saying, if you can ask one question.
Good guy. Good
When I was thinking about it,
I'm trying to do bad.
I know you fucking psychedelics, right? I know you've dabbled.
Yeah.
Have you ever done them on stage? And if so, what's the
Bad guys trying to
experience?
do good, bro.
I used to, I shroomed for like a whole summer. I was microdosing and shit. And it was cool. I didn't really like see too much.
Yeah, microdose is more like your mind.
I think the highest that I've been, I took some shrooms on 420, and I forgot that I was supposed to come out on stage with Snoop Dogg,
Oh.
and I did Young, Wild and Free, I was pretty high then, but it was manageable. I've always been pretty manageably stoned, and I don't really do too many psychedelics before I go on stage, because I need to know the words.
Yeah, that was a question. Like, have you ever just, because you guys, you're thinking about like that's just a talent to be able to go up in front of all those people. Go,
Yeah,
I would do it like by myself.
I look at it like a fight. Like, you know, I'm not trying to be like wasted out there for an hour and a half.
Good guy trying to do
like,
bad. Good guy trying to do bad. That's what
pushing
it is. You
myself.
wanna know why?
Yeah, there have been some situations, but
Bro, you a good guy, bro. You a good guy. You a good guy.
Actually being able to make it,
Bro,
through
good guy trying to do bad, bro.
and not like, and knowing the mental exercise that it takes, I don't have to put myself through that. I'd rather be in the right state of mind.
That's what it is. That's what you
to go ahead and do that thing.
When you think of the wildest Taylor Gang stretch of tours, like what comes to mind? What era, what cities?
I would say from when I dropped Cushion Orange Juice, which was 2010.
Was it?
Yeah, I think it was 2010. I think I went on tour for a whole 5 years after that. Like straight. I was touring for 5 years straight.
What the fuck?
Yeah, non-stop.
Well, that's rockstar shit.
Like all theaters, like what size venues when you're?
Well, it started just like 1,000 cats or 2,000, and then just went up to 5,000, 10,000, 15. And we had 20.
Yeah.
And then we doing 20. We doing festivals, and we all over the place at this point. Yeah, it was about 5 years straight that I went on a run for.
So all those tours,
Yeah.
people were always giving you weed.
Mm-hmm.
But what's the craziest thing? You're like, yo, I don't even know if I want to do this. Because people come up with this DMT from a certain scientist from 1990s.
Yeah.
When you're at that level, people are coming up with the craziest, best of the
for
craziest
sure.
shit.
I don't smoke fan weed.
I feel bad, but I give it to people. I'm like, I can't trust it.
I give it to the homies. There's somebody who needs it. Ever since I met Burner, that was the last person that I ever let give me weed.
Really?
Yeah, Burner brought a whole plant on stage back in the day, which was super cool, and he just showed us so much love. But I would say the craziest thing that I've been offered probably was recently by another bandmate. I'm not gonna put his name out there, but it was a crazy concoction, like a spray, but it was gonna do its thing though. And
That sounds like the slogan. It's a crazy story. It's gonna do its thing.
it was finna do its thing.
Psychedelic?
Yeah, very much so.
Spray?
I don't know about that.
Yeah, me.
I can overdo it real fast.
Me either. Yeah, you spray it and it does that. So I had to put that down.
My homie had the DMT pens. He's like, if you want, just take one little puff. I'm like, dude, I got shit to do, but for the next couple of years, I don't want to do that. I feel like what if it changes me?
Yeah, recreationally doing DMT doesn't sound like my thing either.
Maybe
I just like smoking weed, bro.
You want to hit this gigantic donut?
That shit is fucking fire.
Sure. I just like smoking pot.
Yep. So when you're at home, do you hit bongs? You hitting bongs and shit, or are you taking dabs? Just all joints all the time.
Mostly joints all the time, especially because kids and with the babies.
Mm.
So it's not really too stony. I mean, I'm smoking hella weed, but this shit make me tired. This shit make me hungry. I gotta get throughout the day. I might smoke it if the homies come over.
Yeah, the hatch.
Yeah. It's for special occasions and shit like that.
Oh shit! I don't know why I expect you to be I got 3 rigs set up in my fucking balcony. I don't know why.
Mm-mm.
I thought that's what it was gonna be.
Mm-mm.
So for bongs, you don't hit bongs no more?
No. It made me tired and fuck my chest up. I will if I got some shit to do. It's quick and it's quick. Just go ahead and get it out the way.
Yeah.
Or if it's a long night and I just need to snap back into it real quick, then I'll hit a bomb really fast and that'll speed things up. But other than that, I'm just on some smoking joints, chilling, cruising, get back home, smoke a few joints, eat. This is after my workout and shit. I used to smoke 2 or 3 joints before I work out. It'll take.
That's so much time.
Now 4 of these big ass joints is good for like the morning until after my workout, and then after that,
Well, you're constantly burning them.
yeah,
Because it takes like 40 minutes to smoke these.
yeah,
Because like that's the exact size joint that you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I roll those motherfuckers.
yeah.
for sure.
That's why you just roll fat and
Yeah, it has to be like at least 2
rolling
minutes.
fat, and that's that.
How did you just kind of touched on it, but I was gonna ask, how did you meet Burner? Like, how did that happen?
Mr. Fab actually.
Mr. Fab, let's go.
Yeah. Me and Mr. Fab, we had been on the road a couple times. He had performed at some colleges, and I performed at some colleges, and we were using an app that predated Twitch and IG Live and all that shit. It's called Ustream.
Oh yeah.
And
That's where Rogan started.
Rogan started on Ustream as well. All the OGs, man. And yeah, so we were like a small community on there, especially of artists. And being that he was on there, I followed him, and I was doing a show in the Bay Area, and I hit him up. I was like, yo, I need some weed. I'm in the Bay. I know you. He's like, I don't smoke, but I'm gonna send you to the homie who does. And he sent me the Burner shot, and then the rest is history.
No shit.
Not for real.
Yo, I heard the DJ Fresh on the album.
Yeah, DJ Fresh.
Speaking of DJ, I mean, Bay Area legendary ass fools.
Yeah.
Ooh, the Tonight shows. Have you ever done a Tonight show?
I haven't. He wants to do one. I'm going to actually end up knocking one out or something.
Dude, that'd be legendary as hell.
Yeah, it'll probably take like a week or something like that. I actually have a couple songs ready. I got like 6 right now, so we do like 2 more sessions, we'll be good to go. Yeah. So it's happening. It's actually already happening.
Oh, that shit threw me back, man.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm glad you like the DJ Fresh choice, man. It was essential to have certain people, on the album. And I first worked with DJ Fresh through Currency. I already knew his work, but I just didn't know that we would go so well together. And Currency, one time when I went to go visit him, he was like, yo, I got these beats, but I actually want to give them to you, so see what you do with them. I was like, damn. And yeah, it was on after that. Damn. Yeah.
That's hard.
I read that you rolled Black and Yellow in like 10 seconds.
In like 10 seconds.
It was like 10 minutes.
Like,
For real, like,
what was that moment? Like, did you realize what you were doing in that moment when that happened, or was it just random?
Yeah. I knew exactly what I was doing. It was one of those intentional things. I had just come off of doing Cushion Orange Juice, and it was just me and Will in the studio. And the whole mind state for Cushion Orange Juice is, of course, it's like, I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I wanna do. I'm not gonna let anybody tell me anything. I know who my fans are. And, fuck everybody.
Okay, yeah. That's our attitude.
Yeah. And when I got in the studio for Black and Yellow, I was working with Atlantic, and I had already been around a lot of label people before and shit. And I was like, man, I'm gonna do this shit my way. I'm not gonna let anybody really dictate how this goes just because I'm in this situation. Like, I'm gonna take the same attitude and apply it to my music over here. And I was like, I'm not gonna be difficult to work with because I wanna make a hit, and I wanna, I wanna play ball. I wanna apply myself to this part of the game because I see myself as a big artist. So I wanna do things that big artists do. And I'm listening to the beats, and of course they're not really in my pocket or anything like that. So I just took it upon myself to be creative and just come up with the first thing that came to my head. I was like, if these aren't necessarily gonna be the exact beats that I'm gonna write to, I'm just gonna let go of everything that I normally would do. And just the first thing that comes to my head, I'm gonna, lay these ideas. So when they played the beat, it was me and Will in the studio. I looked at Will, I was like, I got an idea for this song. Probably sounds stupid, but it's the first thing that I thought about, and that's what I said I'm gonna record. I was like, what if I did a song about Pittsburgh and said black and yellow over this part right here? He was like, do it. I'm like, all right, cool, bring the beat up. So they just brought it up, and I went in the booth, and I recorded the first verse really fast because I had just bought the Black and Yellow Challenger, so I was like, I already had that verse to rap about. and then I did the hook, and then I did the second verse, and then we kind of edited the hook to make it make more sense as far as radio and stuff like that. But the black and yellow was always the tagline. We just moved some things around to make it make sense. And you know, at the end of that session, we all knew that it was something that could be big, but everybody looked at it like a regional song.
Yeah.
And
You
something
would think it would be.
Me too. But I was passionate about it, and the Steelers ended up doing really well that year, so it worked. Yeah, we couldn't even fucking pay the Steelers to win that many times. But every time they scored, the fucking song
Bumping it.
played. Yeah, hell yeah.
But then, was YouTube even that relevant? I mean, it was that was like 2008. I remember that was like the Waka Flocka like Wild Boys era, damn near.
Yeah.
So when it hit, did it blow up on YouTube, or was that still like a music video?
Yeah,
Blow up, right?
yeah. That was more. We dropped the song in August of 2010, I think, and by February 2011, it had went #1. So it took a long time.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, it took a minute for it to build up, but just through radio, it was a really big radio song.
Oh, I heard every time a DJ like swap out now with DJ Tag Leader. Like, all right, we're gonna do the hottest song in America.
Those fans were saying that
Constantly,
shit.
bro.
It was a huge radio song.
That's when you know.
That's when you fucking
That's
know.
when you know.
I didn't even want to like. I'm a diehard Bills fan. I was like, I can't like this shit. I can't not like this shit.
It was all over the place, and then the Steelers, you know, going to the Super Bowl that year, that really took it over the top, and it just set up a really big situation where I was getting all this mainstream love, but it wasn't out of nowhere. Like, all of my fans were like, "This is our guy. Like, we've been waiting for y'all to see what we see." Like,
The whole city.
yeah. So it was like, you know, it's perfect timing. It was really perfect timing. All of the work had come to a head at the right
The
point.
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
At the pinnacle of American
That's what I'm
culture.
saying. Without paying for it. You know? Yeah.
I always ask the question to certain people, like, was it artists, comedians, and actors? Like, so what was the time, the project you did, the thing you did, you went home with? Oh, this is different. I'm about to fucking be big. Like, you look in the mirror and go, I did that shit.
Oh yeah.
Because everybody knows that you could go home, like, I don't care how big of an artist is the biggest actor, Brad Pitt. One of these fools goes home and goes,
Yeah. Yeah, Black and Yellow is my montage.
That's it,
song.
right?
That's my push it to the limit on Scarface when he start counting all that money.
Yeah.
He's
I
like,
love that
start
example.
smiling and shit.
With a cigar.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're carrying, then the bankers looking at them
Yeah.
as they're walking with all the money. I love that fucking, the white tiger.
Yeah, yep.
Were you working a job, or what were you doing before, like, you started, like, signing deals and shit?
Yeah, no, I never had a job.
Never?
Hell no.
Not even as a kid?
No.
Oh, that's why you like to smoke joints and hang out. Hell yeah, you're relaxed, man. I smoke joints like I'm about to fucking bench press, like
Yeah.
fucking getting ready, power smoking shit.
Yeah, I never had a job. I was always doing music. And
Since a kid?
yeah.
Oh, you're just, all right, you're just
Yeah.
one of those guys, one of those like,
When did you start buying studio time and shit?
I really started actually just buying equipment, and I learned how to use that shit myself. I started making my own beats and putting my own albums out. And when my dad had opened up a studio, so he made it available for me to do all of this shit. He didn't even think I was really gonna like take it that serious. He was just like, okay, you like music, I'm gonna get a studio. And he was doing his thing, but I'm in another room putting a whole project together. So I did. 14.
oh,
Yeah.
dude, this is your life. This is everything.
Yeah, I was 14. I stopped hanging out with my friends. I quit playing basketball. I stopped doing all of that shit and just really focused on music. And this was when LimeWire and Napster and all of that shit was popping. So I would download instrumentals and like freestyle and rap over instrumentals. That was my form of like, you know, coming up.
SoundClick.
Yeah. And so like after 14, 15, I started actually like saving up money, going to the studio. Studio time was like 100 for an hour, so I would get like an hour or two. But I would already have my rap.
Do you struggle to get your writing just right? I know that feeling. That's why I partnered with Grammar.
Time was up. I ain't wanna rock the Rolex, it's not shining enough. Can't nobody come us down, we gon' shoot a nigga up. I be rapping on these beats and anything, I don't give a fuck. No APs for the bitches off a textbook. Ain't tripping by no second, tell the lead, they get tricked down. First place, 50 mil for a torn, bitch, I'm ready. I'm rockin' this shit, I'm starting to get me fresh. Oh, no. Take the bitch down like a wrestler, ain't gon' snap now. I come from the level, pistol fucking burn that chop down. Now I got bad bitches running around. I control these bitches and I been a pimp. Keep bitch out, if she trip, I am not simp. Feel like they fan, I want all of them. If they did money, grown trees, I'm tearing off on every limb. I've been spending millions since I got it. Pants are upgraded, ain't no 50, 100 balls in my pocket. Level 4, bitch, take the swag, I got double horns. Poke the boy, guarantee he lose once he show his colors. I got a problem with dollars and lighters. Take them out, but they shut up top. They don't try to keep me, I ain't tripping, how about taking off? We gon' find out what house and we gon' take them down. I just interfere with interception. Baby with Peterson, I give up my perfection. And then she got sick, cause the bitch I like neglectness. I'm release diesel till they help check the sickness. Why for these niggas wait, no I can't wait. Bitch pressing with this paper, tell that nigga get they cake. I'ma hop up in this bitch and hit the gas and lift the rake up. Me and B gon' jump the gate, we playin' take, I'm tryna face up. I'ma throw myself away, ain't nothing to say soon as the loss come. You gon' play right in my face, this shit ain't safe, we on the bounce up. 47 pounds on, protected with 4 pounds on it. Shorty see me shining from my mouth, so she walk down on it. And I'm AP on my feet, I protect them out. Come on, nigga, play around with these millions, we gon' stretch them out. The fuck I'm doing all this cases, how I walk around. How the fuck I come from my neck page with this big ass house? I told that bitch I don't want no ass, you can make her keep them out. I told my dick bitch keep the pen, I'ma use my master behind the mic and then I'm gone out. She try to buy my pants, but girl, my future is so bright, it's a lot of money in my vision. So I see her better like, no, I ain't stopping it, but I don't stop it, pulling up, nigga. She got more money than me, then I ain't pulling up, nigga. I ain't stopping on these beats and Jason, I talking them pillars. Where that money at, we gon' finish them, then sell them. In this industry, we finish. Heard of OP, don't get up with it. Yeah, black and towel, that whisper with that overcoat like this. Yeah, come to flow, I'm kicking, put our shit in like I bitches. Not gonna rap with this bitch, I tennis, fresh, I'm prison. Drinking cool with black, this bitch go far when I hit. How the fuck you know my night for a while, I've been winning. How the fuck you know my game is like that time we put tennis. I don't run over, it ain't granny, we ain't fake, I'm out with it. What it is, I'ma take it, get my mouth since I was late, but it's a key. And I got my sister shining from my neck, right to the wrist. I've been having every time I got high body, you dirty with that big bitch. And I'm still on it, I'm on creep. So my brother is my train on a Lambo. Nigga, make a beat, I'm not spraying on that now. Tell them pick a beat, we got money, we got Henry, we got shotters in this bitch, and we be spinning. Spin again, bro, gon' shoot him once I pop the tell that nigga pick up his friend. I get active with that jumper, and bust walking to the end. We get better with that sticky to the grip and switch the pin. Tell the boy, give me another kick, that we moving in. I just bought another one, take off a load, and short it with me, turn on the chin. I just did it on those niggas once again. My bitch be with me doing anything before my wife, she was not playing. I got a problem with dollars and lighters. Take them out, but they shut up. They don't try to keep me, I ain't tripping, how about taking off? We gon' find out what house and we gon' take them down. I just interfere with interception. Baby with Peterson, I give up my perfection. Then she got sick, cause the bitch I like neglectness. I'm release diesel till they help check the sickness.
Sexy red, sexy red, sexy red, sexy red, sexy red. W's.
Yo, Rich, make that sauce.
Why could
It took some time for me to get you. I don't know what the bitch think. Think about the times when it was okay.
It's about to drop.
that's what a sexy red song, you know what I'm saying?
back to the I'll keep on loving you. And she keep dancing in my room. You got me shaking in my boots. But it's the truth, I'll make it through. And girl, you got me stuck on you. The way you dance got me like you. And I love the way you move. I love the way you move. Oh my God, you fire. Oh mama, let's bailar, let's bailar, let's bailar, let's bailar, let's bailar, let's bailar. Oh mama, speed, I hear you speed. Let's bailar, let's bailar, let's bailar. Said you can find me with a party, yeah. Girl, I'ma buy you that new party, yeah. Baby, you know that I need all of you. Got a new lady, I'm a fire. We in the tropics on the island. I'm tryna lick this little fine chick. So far, I ain't even trying. Oh my God, you fire. Oh mama, let's bailar, let's bailar, let's bailar, let's bailar, let's bailar, let's bailar. Oh mama, you fire. Let's bailar, let's bailar, let's bailar, let's bailar.
Was that K-Sid? Oh God, I gotta see this, bro.
What?
K-Sid, bro.
Oh mama, you fuck.
Putting on the lights and mess up so much, bro. I'm gonna hop on that PUBG. Get some
I'll bet
W,
you I can
bro.
finally use